Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the interruption. Please, that is affecting what I'm doing. Okay, thank you. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another insightful edition of a master class on the Precision Agriculture Incubation Program. So this evening, like you mentioned earlier, we are going to be dissecting on AI in agriculture. Can machine replace professional? Navigating the future of work in agriculture. So do well to introduce yourself, where you're joining from, or you know the check already. So without wasting much of our time, I quickly want to talk about this. I think I'll be done earlier. Okay, so for this, let me bring this up. Precision Field Academy is the organizer of the Precision Agriculture Incubation Program, and our vision is to create a world where every young person, regardless of their background, has the opportunity to become a digitally savvy farmer or agricultural professional, driving sustainable and equitable growth in their community through transformative power of technology. So, our mission is to raise next generation farmers that are tech inclined and digitally savvy. So, Precision Field Academy is a social enterprise where we train and build the capacity of young professionals in modern and emerging technology for the future of work, and most importantly, to lead with precision agriculture. So, our methodology are basically three. Number one is education and knowledge sharing. Two is training and mentorship, training and skill development. Thirdly, we have coaching and mentorship. So, aside from this, we have 6 tech skills in focus. Number one is drone technology. We also have GIS and remote sensing. We have data science in agriculture, robotics and Internet of Things, artificial intelligence and machine learning. And lastly is enterprise development. And this program, Precision Agriculture Incubation Program, revolves around these tech skills. Majorly, that's most of the topics we are going to be discussing, centered around all of these tech skills that we'll talk about here. So why do we do what we do? Our motivation: there is a skill gap that needs to be closed. Young professionals need to build skills, both technical and enterprise skill, for the future of work in agriculture. So secondly, observing the trend is not enough. So you need to be an enabler. They need to directly be involved or become a player in technology adoption and its utilization for precision agriculture. So technology also is the key to unlock African agricultural potential. So why should you join us? We are creating the future we want in agriculture, and we connect you to the world of information and opportunities, which comes in terms of scholarship, internship, and volunteership on local and international scale for your career growth. Also, skill development, project collaboration, community interaction, university workshops, and symposium. These are part of the reasons why you should join us. And also, lastly, we give you access to coaching and mentorship from our industry leaders and professionals around the world. So at Precision Field Academy, we are building a community. We are building a community of tech inclined and digitally savvy farmers and professionals. Precious. Sorry. So we have courses, GIS and remote sensing, data science in agriculture, robotics and Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, enterprise development. So we have partners, Integrated Data Precision, Dev Global, Okay, so we have partners such as Dev Global, DG Academy, Dev Afrique, ISPA, AAPA as well. That's African Association for Precision Agriculture. ISPA is International Society for Precision Agriculture. So for our on-site program, we have three strategic collaborators or partners. Number one is Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, based in Ogun State. We have River State University, Port Harcourt, and also the Federal University of Technology, Mina, that's Foot Mina in Niger State. So this is the face of our global faculties, people who have actually been. So these are speakers from different fields relating to agriculture, talking about robotics, talking about drones, talking about artificial intelligence, digital technology, embedded systems, and the like. So we have even geospatial and surveying as well. So this is for alright, so let me just take this off. So I'm going to quickly share about the program like I usually do. So this is Precision Agriculture Incubation Program Pro 3, and this is the profile. So it's a digital agriculture training provided for youth in order to ensure the capacity building, and it's organized by Precision Field Academy, the classic African Digital Agriculture Training School. Course interactive transformation. It's a global agriculture sector through comprehensive and expository training training of youths on the concept of precision agriculture technologies and application to solve today's pressing challenges emanating in the world of agricultural landscape to strengthen economic prosperity. So the Precision Agriculture Incubation Program addresses the need to provide comprehensive training in key areas such as road technology, GIS, data science, robotics, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. So through this program, previous participants, they've been empowered to embrace innovation, optimize farm management practices, and contribute to overall advancement to agriculture sector by creating digital content solutions. So this program or the on-site edition will require you to work with team and also get certain projects achieved with team. So that's the essence of having a team. So we have 7 objectives. Number 1 is to close the knowledge gap for participants around precision agriculture technologies and practice. Number 2 is to raise the next generation of agricultural remote pilots. These are drone pilots. Number 3 is to groom young precision agriculture leaders and stakeholders for global exploits. Number 4 is to build the capacity of youths in the aspect of technology application in agriculture. Number 5 is to promote the adoption of innovative and sustainable farming technologies that improve agricultural productivity and resource management. Number 6 is to foster entrepreneurship and encourage participants to develop technology-driven solutions for agricultural challenges. And 7th, which is the last point on the objective, is to create a network of digitally empowered young agricultural professionals who can drive positive change in the agricultural industry as a whole. So this program is a social impact program at Precision Field Academy. However, we have paid courses on drones, on GIS, and phyto mapping masterclass. That's for but this particular one is tailored to social empowerment in ensuring that youths develop their capacity, and we are focused about capacity building, gender inclusivity, that's both male and female, and we're also looking into policy advocacy for youths who would have opportunity to be in the government, be able to make right decisions and policies that promote agriculture. And lastly is research and innovation. So this during the course of this training, you're going to be exposed to various materials, also We trained on various things that are useful in the context of precision agriculture, just for as learning. So the training mode is virtual and physical. So the virtual is the online master classes we are experiencing presently, all the master classes we are having. So after the master class, so by 21st of August, we are going to be done with the virtual master classes. So after that, about 5 days or a week's time, so we are going to switch to the physical on-site. But the information will be communicated to the participants in their emails and the WhatsApp group that we have. So basically that's just it. So this training focuses majorly on this technology, the drone, GIS, like I mentioned the other time, artificial intelligence, data science, robotics and IoT, personal and enterprise development for agtech innovators. Alright, so without wasting much of our time, I want to bring up our speaker so that alright. This is what I want to add to the stage. Alright, so this is our speaker for today. She's a seasoned agronomist. She's a data-driven agronomist and she works with one of the reputable agriculture company in Africa. So let me quickly read through her profile. Her name is Tomisi Adefare. She is an accomplished agronomist researcher with over 6 years of hands-on experience in field trial, product development and data-driven crop innovation. At GB Foods Africa, she leads multi-location trials that have significantly improved tomato yield while maximizing environmental impact, showcasing a real balance between productivity and sustainability. So specializing in the integration of UAVs, that's unmanned aerial vehicles, remote sensing and digital agronomy tools such as QGIS, Web ODM, Power BI, Airtable and ODK. So Tomisi is a certified UAV operator who transfers raw agricultural data into actionable insights. Our work supports decision making for stakeholders across the spectrum, from smallholder advisory team to agri-tech startup. So what sets Tomisi apart is our ability to bridge the gap between research, sustainability and practical implementation, offering value in research and development, R&D, project management, consulting and agribusiness development. She combines scientific rigor with strategic storytelling to shift narratives in agriculture, focusing on innovation, resilience and people-centered approach. Driven by a deep commitment to climate resilient agriculture, sustainable food system and inclusive development, Tomisi continues to shape the future of African agriculture through thoughtful leadership and impactful innovation. So let me bring her to the stage. She should still be here. Hello, ma. Please, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can
Yes,
you hear
yes,
me?
yes. I can hear you. I can hear you very well. Okay, thank you. You're welcome on board. So you have the floor now. You can go ahead. Okay, let me just share your intuition. Should be okay.
Okay, are you sharing from your hand?
Yes, yes. I've uploaded it from my end already, so you can. I'll be on the
Okay.
standby. So you have the floor now.
Can you be on mute? I'm hearing my voice. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. So, good afternoon once again. Thank you, Joseph, for this introduction and for having me here. I'm very excited to join your program to be part of the speakers. So, before I start my presentation, I would love to share a short story. Sometimes ago, I was working on a research project that required I take a lot of on-farm data, so I was responsible for the data management and analysis. So I practically handled the data collection to the reporting stage. And in most cases, I'll go to the farm to collect data and then come back later to start entering this data manually. And you can imagine how time consuming this process can be. So, because of the delay in entering the data, the data started getting piled up, and the essence of collecting the data was not fulfilled. I mean, the purpose of collecting the data was not fulfilled because the essence was to track the progress of the research, and also for data analysis, and also to report, and also lastly for decision making. So all of these processes were not fulfilled because of the delay of data entry and analysis. So at some point, I said to myself, how can I make this process more productive for myself and for my team? So I started exploring tools that could make the work more productive and easy to do. So I introduced AI for data collection, and this platform works in a way that when you enter your data digitally, it can be synchronized and transmitted in real time. So wherever I am, I can have access to the data, work on it, make analysis, make some decisions based on the data, and also to report as well. So this process was made the work very easy, and then made us, myself and my team, to be very productive, and we had more time. I personally had more time to focus on other stuff instead of just entering data. So this experience showed me how powerful AI can be. It gave me the opportunity to understand that AI in agriculture is very important. And if we adopt AI into our farming operation, it will make a lot of significant improvement to whatever we are doing. So today I'll be talking about the topic AI in agriculture, and I'll emphasize on the question here, which is, can machine replace professionals? And I would also talk more on how we can navigate the future of work in agriculture. Please move to the next slide. Can you move to the next slide? Okay, thank you. So, everybody mentioned AI in agriculture, and what does it actually mean? We need to understand the origin of this word AI. So, basically, AI means using advanced technologies like machines and computer programs to enhance farming practices, to improve to improve our efficiency, and also to address the challenges in food production. So the word AI was first introduced in the year 1955 by Dr. John at a conference at the Institute of Technology. And also this AI includes technologies like machine learning, pattern recognition, big data, neural networks, algorithms, and so on and so forth. This AI also is like a complex technology that involves feeding a particular data into the machine and making it react as per different situations. This AI works in a way that you have to feed it with information. Whatever you feed it, and then it gives you output, just like garbage in, garbage out. If you feed it information, it gives you the output. So it doesn't really work on its own. You still have to do some work on it, feed it with some data or information that you need the AI to work on. So it's basically about creating self-learning pattern where the machine can give answers to the never answered questions like a human would ever do. Next slide, please. So is AI necessary? We need to ask ourselves, is AI actually necessary? According to Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, the global population is projected to reach 10 billion by 2050. And currently we are about 8.7 billion in population. I know we are having increase in human population even by second per second. The population is increasing gradually, and to feed the rising population, to feed the human population that we have, it is important for us to improve our cultural productivity. And as you all know, the traditional farming method of hoe and cutlass is not sufficient for us to improve our productivity due to limited arable land, climate change. As we all know, climate change is something of big deal for us now, and also resource constraints. So, in order for us to bridge this gap to feed this rising population, it is important that we adopt technologies, innovative technologies. So, innovative technologies are actually right now transforming how and where food is grown. We're having technologies like vertical farms, hydroponics, aquaponics. They are all enabling food production in city, using Dubai as an example. So all of these technologies have been used to meet the demand of the food production. And nowadays, even in developed countries and developing countries, we're having farmers that are now leveraging on AI by using sensors, satellite data, and AI platforms to make this better decisions, to reduce inputs. Because in most cases, we waste a lot of inputs. We waste a lot of resources. So we use AI, and farmers in different countries are now making use of AI to make better decisions, to reduce inputs, and also to automate tasks. In a situation whereby there is limited, or maybe there are no labor, or maybe there are a lot of work to be done, AI is being used to automate tasks. Next slide, please. So let's talk about some real world case studies. Going to Europe, we have in the land in Netherlands, they have limited arable land, but as well as some other countries in Europe. But Netherlands, for instance, they are this world's second largest exporter of food after United States. How are they doing this? Even with the limited arable land that they have, they are doing this with the use of technologies. And some other countries in Europe are making use of smart irrigation system by using soil moisture sensors to optimize irrigation system, and at the same time to enhance their resource management. In North America, we're having about 75% of farmers that are using precision agricultural technologies like drone for crop health monitoring to optimize their yield and at the same time to reduce costs. So these are part of the world that farmers are already adopting these precision agricultural technologies in order for them to meet the food demand of their country. Also, coming to Asia, we are in the heart of the desert. Dubai is planting the seed of a smart agricultural future powered by artificial intelligence and innovation. You can imagine how Dubai is, and they are still making use of these technologies to improve their productivity, even where normally plants will not grow. Because of technologies, they are able to grow crops in those areas. In a country like China or maybe India, they are making use of autonomous tractors and robotic harvesters to reduce labor costs. Labor cost is very high in those countries. So they have to make use of artificial intelligence in order for them to improve their farming efficiency. Next slide. So let's talk about AI use across the agricultural value chain. Um, I would first talk about pre-production. You can see the traditional method of doing things. For instance, to assess the land is manual, and we do manual and physical land assessment. This is still being done in some developing countries, and uh, in most cases, planning is done by intuition. They are doing intuition based planning. But nowadays, with the use of artificial intelligence, there's predictive modeling, we're having GIS, we're having remote sensing, and with the use of historical data, We are using all of these tools for land use planning. And some of the tools that are being used, we're having Google Earth Engine, we have QGIS, and so on and so forth. So all of these technologies are helping us to do things better in agriculture. For production as well, the traditional method of scouting for pests and diseases, we're having the visual way method, whereby, for instance, if we have like 100 hectares of land or acres of land, you have to go to the farm to scout for pests and diseases visually and manually. And then there's manual irrigation, and then application is done. Application of fertilizer, for instance, is done uniformly instead of applying it based on need. But with the use of AI now, there's drones for scouting. Drones are being used to scout for pests and diseases. Drones are being used for crop health monitoring. And then there's precise irrigation. There are a lot of tools out there that will enable us to do precision irrigation in a way that we only give water based on need to the plant, not just a blanket application of irrigation. There's precision seeding. We're having some AI tools that enable us to do to seed in a way that it is precise instead of wasting seed and wasting resources. And also for spraying as well, we have drone, for instance, for precision spraying. We're having some tractors for spraying. I mean, some implements to even do spraying in a way that we will not waste resources. And some of the tools that are being used, for instance, we have drone, we have IoT sensors for and smart irrigation system. Coming to harvesting as well, as we all know, the traditional method of harvesting is manual, where you have to invite a lot of people. You can maybe use 2,000 people to harvest whatever crop you have on your field. And timing of harvest is subjective based on experience and whatever, maybe the trend experience over the years and then the trend. So timing is based on those things for harvesting. But with the use of AI, we're having robots for to even harvest for us. We're having some computer vision system for yield forecasting and for us to harvest, to plan our harvest in a way that it is better for us to even plan ahead on how we are going to manage it. So in harvesting, as part of the agricultural value chain, there are a lot of tools, a lot of machines that are helping us do things better. And coming to post harvest handling as well, there is manual sorting. For instance, maybe you have an agricultural produce. The normal way of sorting is just to sort them manually. But and also we do manual documentation as well and limited tracking of goods. But with the use of AI, there's automatic sorting. We're having machines, we're having tools that are helping us sort these things, sorting it in a way that it is efficient. For instance, there are some machines that can sort apple, for instance, based on size, based on color. So all of these things are making life better for us, and they are being used across the agricultural value chain. Also, we have consumer trend analysis, real-time tracking as well. We can be able to track our goods, whatever we are doing in real time. And some of the tools that are being used, we have blockchain for traceability, we have predictive packaging software, and we have machine learning algorithms as well for demand forecasting. And lastly, on this, we have the retail and the market access. The traditional way of predicting the market price is manual, and this is based on trend and experience. But with the use of AI now, there's AI driven market pricing and machine learning for consumer demand forecasting. And some of the tools that are being used, we have machine learning forecasting model and then market intelligence platform. For people that are in this field, in this line, they make use of all of these tools because it makes life easier for them. It makes work more effective and efficient for them. So in summary, we're having a lot of artificial intelligence and we're having a lot of tools, that are being used across the agricultural value, even though we are still making use of the manual or the traditional way. But with the use of AI, we are still able to do these things better and more efficient. Next slide. So now let's talk about how AI has advanced the agricultural workforce. On this slide, I'll talk more on how AI is helping us, especially in the agricultural production. So the first one is AI for water management. We're having a lot of tools now that are helping us to manage our irrigation. And for instance, we're having some IoT sensors, we're having some soil moisture sensor that we can use to assess the level of water in our soil, and then to be able to see if we need to give maybe water to our plant or to our crop. So there are a lot of tools that help. Normally we do all of these things manually, but AI is helping us manage our water efficiently together with human support. Now, the second one is AI for weed management. We're having a lot of tools. We have robots, we're having drones that are helping us to do precision spraying in a way that will not waste resources. So AI is helping us to manage. Imagine having maybe 10,000 acres of land or hectares of land, and you have to use people to do your weed to weed your farm for you. It is time consuming, it is tedious, and it is not efficient, because in the process of even weeding, plants are getting damaged. So there are a lot of tools that are being used to manage our weed now, and which is making life better for farmers. Now, going to smart greenhouses, we're having some greenhouses that are managed in a way that it is automated. We're having some sensors that are mounted in the greenhouses. For instance, there are some sensors that, when mounted or when placed in the greenhouse, maybe it is something that can measure the temperature in the greenhouse, for instance, and then probably you want your temperature to be around 23, but in a situation whereby and you set the threshold for the temperature to be 23. So in a situation whereby temperature is rising, this sensor sends signal to the irrigation system that temperature is getting to for 24, irrigate, instead of what humans will actually go around and then be doing, even though we still need humans to manage all of these things. But with the use of AI, with the use of all of these technologies, we can also manage it better. Now, these technologies can fail, so we still need people as well to do it. But what we would normally use 20 people for, but with the use of AI, we are using like 2 people to manage. We have agricultural drones that are helping us to spray, that are being used for precision spraying, crop health monitoring. What would actually go around the field, even though it is still good, it is still the best to do by going around to also see. But all of these tools are there to help us, to guide us, to make us do things better. So we have agricultural drones for spraying, for crop health monitoring, and then to help us even see what normally eyes cannot see in real time, even though it will still be visible to the human eyes. But drones can help us scout for pests and diseases even before they are visible to the human eye. We have AI for advisory services. We have some WhatsApp platforms that farmers are getting real-time information from. We're having some apps like Plantis, for instance, where you can scan for pests and diseases, and then to recommend some treatment that you can apply based on the condition of your field. We also have AI for data collection. Just like I explained earlier when I was sharing the story, we're having a lot of even drones helps to take data as well. So we're having a lot of platforms, we're having a lot of AI tools that are helping us take our data digitally instead of the normal manual way that we are doing. Because manual method can take a lot of time, and then it is what you actually use the AI for to do within 30 minutes, the manual way might take about maybe a whole day to do. So AI is helping us take our data in real time and making us efficient when it comes to data collection. The seventh one is AI for soil management. Imagine you have to take soil sample in the farm, and then maybe you have like 1,000 hectares of land, and you need to take soil sample to send to the lab. But with the use of some AI tools, we're having pH meter, we're having some sensors like maybe EC sensor. We're having a lot of equipment that we can use to do some analysis in real time. You can use to do like nutritional analysis right on your farm. Imagine waiting for 2 weeks before you get the result from the lab, even though you still need to send it in some cases. But with the use of these tools, you can quickly get real time information right from your farm instead of sending it and waiting for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks before you get the information that you need. In most cases, maybe for planning. So AI is there for us to improve our soil, to help us manage our soil better. And the eighth one is the AI for security. This one has been there. We're having some cameras that are being mounted around the farm. For instance, in a situation where you want to manage your livestock, and then maybe you've been having problems of theft, but with the use of camera, you can be watching your or be managing your farm wherever you are, in order for you to see if there's any challenge, and then you take action immediately. We may not always be there all the time, but with the use of all of these tools, we can have real time information on what is going on our farm. Also, for tracking and traceability, this is also being used with AI and making us do things better. And the last one on this is AI for livestock monitoring. In some farms, there are some technology. For instance, there are some sensors that when you mount it on, maybe on your cattle, can help you sense their temperature, body temperature. Even drone as well can help you do that. And this is AI. What you would actually not really see in real time, it is when your animal, your cattle starts falling down or maybe getting sick, before you really know that there's something wrong with this animal. But with the use of AI, we can be able to detect some of this problem in real time. Next slide. So now back to the question on the topic. What advantage do we have on AI, and what is it that AI cannot replace? Now, AI and automation are not really eliminating jobs in agriculture, just like people are saying AI is taking away jobs. Quite all right, we know there are some companies like Microsoft that are eliminating a lot of roles simply because they are now adopting AI, they are using AI. But in agriculture, AI is not really eliminating job. Rather, this AI, they are really redefining our jobs in agriculture. Now, according to World Economic Forum, from the report, the Future of Job Report 2023, the highest job growth in 2023 and beyond is expected to be for agricultural equipment operators. Now, we have all of these equipment. Who would manage them? Even though there are some of these tools that you can power them on, or they can work autonomously, but we still need humans, we still need people that will manage it. So agricultural equipment operators will always be safe in this era and age of AI. Also, drivers of heavy trucks and buses, we still need people to help us move things are all around. And then vocational education teachers, we still need people that will teach how to manage all of these tools. So all of these jobs can never be replaced. At least for now, they cannot be replaced by AI. And also, according to World Economic Forum, over the next 5 years, employers will seek professionals with strong analytical thinking, empathy, active listening, leadership, and social influence skills. Now, AI cannot lead us. We have to lead, and by using AI too as well. In a situation whereby you're a farm manager, AI cannot be a farm manager, because a farm manager role is not just a technical, it's a strategic role. He manages everything. He manages the tools and then the people. So all of these skills are what employers will likely demand over the next 5 years, especially in this era of AI. And while artificial intelligence continues to transform many aspects of work, it is unlikely to replace roles that require unique human abilities, such as judgment. Even though we are using AI to, okay, what do you think about this? AI is making some judgments, but there is still a need for human touch. AI cannot really make decision for us. We are, just like I said earlier, AI is there. We have to feed AI with some information before it gives us the output. But we still need humans that will make decisions that are beneficial or that are useful for different contexts. Also, creativity, physical dexterity, and emotional intelligence, these are human skills. These are soft skills that AI cannot replace. At least all of these skills are skills that it is something we need to work on. We need to get to we need to improve on, because it is not a skill that it's not a technical skill that you have to manage something, but something that has to do with your brain, what you can do. which is like a soft skill. So additional soft skill that set individual apart include deep local knowledge, the ability to solve complex problem in dynamic field conditions. So some roles that are having this as part of the responsibility will always be safe from AI. And these are things that AI cannot replace. We have ethical reasoning. We have trust building with communities. AI cannot go to the community for you to build trust. It has to be humans, especially people that are working with communities. AI cannot go there for, because these people need human. They need to see you. They cannot just depend on AI because AI can fail. And at the same time, they need this human presence to be able to even believe whatever you are saying. And lastly, on this, the integration of indigenous wisdom to modern solutions. We still need, even though we're having a lot of people that are developing agricultural technology, they still need indigenous wisdom together with whatever solutions they are bringing. So all of these things are what AI can actually not replace. These are soft skills that are very important in today's world. That if we are able to work on them, we are able to have all of these skills, we will always be safe. And these are things that employers will start looking for. Fine, there are a lot of, we having AI tools that are doing things for us, but there are still some skills like this that employers will always look out for when making, maybe when employing. Next slide. So now this, although I can't really see, this is very tiny from my hand, but this chart was also gotten from World Economic Forum, and then it's very interesting. It's the reason why I had to take it and put it as part of this presentation. If you check from this slide, these are just jobs and that are safe from here. Even though I will still talk more on this. If you check the first job there, you can see that rank the highest. We're having agricultural equipment operators. So this particular job is safe. And then, just like I said, this report was from World Economic Forum 2023. And then we're having some other roles. We're having like heavy truck. We're having truck operators. I can't really see this slide. Can you increase the size, please? Hi, Joseph.
Okay,
Okay.
I would advise you do something. There is a
So
icon
we have some other
that you can
job
see
roles
at your
here.
end
We're having
that
sustainability
looks like a block.
specialists. We have a lot of job roles here that
Hello.
AI, that at least they are still safe from
Okay.
AI. Can you move to the next slide?
Okay. I wanted to say you should just
Also,
uh,
just to buttress more on the points that I mentioned, those soft skills. So some of these job roles requires those soft skills that I mentioned. And from the research that I've done, these are some of the roles that are still safe from AI. Just like I explained the other time, farm manager role was a strategic role that requires human to do. AI cannot really do it for us, cannot even do it for us. We still need people. We still need managers that will manage farm. We're having agricultural research scientists. We still need people in R&D, and their role cannot be eliminated because we need a lot of people to make research on different aspects of agriculture. We need to do research that will improve our productivity and to even make our lives better. So if you're in R&D, at least the role is safe from AI. Even though people in R&D are still making use of this AI, they are making use of these AI tools, but we still need people to make research, gather information together, and bring out important information that will benefit the people. Agricultural innovation specialists and startup founder. AI cannot found a company for us, even though we are using AI to design projects and so on. But we still need people. We need people. We need more solutions. We need more agricultural technology solutions, and this can only be done by humans, by people. So, being a startup founder, the role is safe from AI. Regenerative agriculture consultants, these are things that nowadays, from the way companies are rolling out sustainability agenda, we need people that can uh, uh, manage soil health, work on sustainability, emissions, and so on and so forth. So all of these roles are roles that are coming up. People are really employing people that can manage it, because in most cases they have all of those skills in it, all of those soft skills I've mentioned. People with those soft skills are people that can do things like this. Also, crop health, soil health and crop advisor. We have sustainability officer. We have skilled agricultural technicians. We still have people. We still need people at the greenhouse, for instance. We still need aquaculture specialists. Just like I said, AI can still fail. Technologies can fail. So we still need people that would also monitor it and ensure that there is no error in whatever data we are taking, especially for instance, as a greenhouse technician, the role is safe. So we still need people that will manage all of these things. We agricultural technology product manager as well. These are roles that, at least for now, they are still very safe from AI. We have an agronomy specialist. We still need people to manage farms. We need more food. Just like I said, the population in the world is rising, keeps increasing, and we need to increase our productivity. So we need more agronomists to do all of these things. We need more crop production, people that can produce both in the greenhouse, open field, and so on and so forth. So we need agronomy specialists. So these roles are still safe from AI. Now, as we know that AI is helping us do some things better. Probably where we are using 20 people, we're now using 10 people, and you may be wondering, what about these people? What would they be doing? There are still emerging roles that are coming up that people are employing people on. We're having agricultural data analysts, we have data scientists in different fields, but right now, even in agriculture, there are people that are looking for agricultural data analysts. We need people. There are people that they can combine different sources of data and bring out important information, analyze different sources of data, analyze historical data, and bring out important information from. So these are hybrid roles that I imagine, not even a full-time role anymore, but roles that you can actually get being employed on. Also, precision agricultural analysts. We're having a lot of precision tools now that people are making use of. We need an analyst that can analyze all of the data gotten from all of these tools. Drone operators, these are also emerging roles that people are employing. We're having employers that are employing, looking for drone operators. So these are emerging roles, even in this era of artificial intelligence. Robotic technicians, robots can fail. We still need people that will manage it. We need people that can ensure that these robots are up and doing. So even though robots are doing some things for us, we still need people that will manage such robots as well. Also, digital agronomist is an emerging role. You don't need to be on the farm. You can be anywhere in the world. So far, you are given information. They can ask you questions, and then you can solve their problems for them wherever you are. In fact, you don't even need to be. In most cases, you need to go, and then. But digital agronomy is also an emerging role that people are also employing people for. As long as they have information, they can solve. They can recommend solutions to you and then to your farm. So digital agronomists are there to ensure that whatever we are doing, in case there's any challenge, we ask them questions. So all of these are emerging roles that in this era of artificial intelligence are very important, and employers are looking for people that can undo all of these things. And lest I forget, these roles also have all of those. It combines the technical aspects, the use of AI tools, and also the soft skills. So the soft skills are very important. For instance, this digital agronomist role, it requires active listening. It requires knowledge on how you can solve problems. So these are emerging roles in this AI, in this era of artificial intelligence. Next slide. So now let's ask ourselves, in this era of artificial intelligence, that okay, we know AI is eliminating some roles, even though, like I said, it's just repositioning them, not really eliminating any role in agriculture. We need to ask ourselves, what skills, talent, or certifications do we currently have that can make us stand out in this era, in this period of artificial intelligence? Because artificial intelligence is here to stay; it's not going anywhere, and there will be a lot of technologies that will come up in the future. So, what skills, talents, and certifications do we currently have? If we don't have, this is the time we need to acquire all of these things. We need to ask ourselves, are our skills in demand? Can we monetize them? In this era of artificial intelligence, we need to ask ourselves, farming is not done the old way again. It has been upgraded. So, and we need to adapt to the situation on ground. We also need to ask ourselves, what skills do we need to learn or upgrade to adapt to today's economy? Thanks to Precision Academy for organizing an event like this, like a program like this, at least a lot of people from all over the world are getting knowledge, getting acquainted with a lot of technologies out there, learning from professionals. So thanks to the organizers. Lastly, on this, we need to ask ourselves, have we taken any courses or upskilled recently? If you've not done that, we need to do it because it's very important in this era and this age of artificial intelligence. So doing skill mapping is very important. We need to always check, am I doing things? Do I have things that can make me stand out? In case even there's any problem in the world, do I have the skills that will always be in demand? If the answer is no, then we need to acquire skills that is relevant in our fields, especially in today's world and today's economy. Next slide. So now these are just some digital skills to stay competitive in today's world. The first one is M&E with AI tool. We're having people in the development sector, cultural development sector, community development, and then there are tools that you can use, that you can learn, and that will make you stand out and make you stay competitive. For instance, we have Power BI, we have Excel, we have Tableau, and ability to translate all of this AI collected data into impact reports sets you apart. It sets us apart. And all of these skills that I've mentioned are not just for us to acquire them for acquiring sake. They are very important. So if you are in the development sector and if you feel this skills is relevant in your field, it is important that we acquire this analysis skills. So with the use of Power BI, Tableau, Excel, we can always stay relevant. The second one is machine learning and AI model development. If you are able to build and apply AI model for tasks like crop yield, prediction, disease detection, and weather forecasting, we always stay relevant and you can stay competitive. We need people, we need more models, we need people that can even build more models for us that can improve our productivity in the agricultural sector. The next one is supply chain and market intelligence. We need people that understand how to connect production to market and can use insights from AI to reduce waste or increase profitability. If you are in that aspect, if you are in that field, it is important that we acquire skills that can that can help us manage our markets, market pricing, and so on and so forth with the use of AI. So all of these skills are very important. Also, robotics and automation. Do you understand how to design and implement automated system for tasks like planting, harvesting, and sorting? If answer is yes, then that is a good one because these are skills that will make us stay competitive. Then the next one is sustainability analysis, using AI to track soil health, emissions, and sustainable land practices. You know, just like I said earlier, a lot of companies are rolling out sustainability agenda right now, and the sustainability sector is an important sector right now. So we are able to acquire skills that can enable you do things better. This is a good one. So using AI to track, if you can use AI to track soil health, manage sustainable land practices, it will be good. Also, sensor deployment and maintenance. If you are proficient in installation, calibration, maintenance, and troubleshooting of sensors, we're having a lot of sensors, just like I said, a lot of IoT sensors, a lot of technologies out there. But we still need people that can calibrate in case there's any problem because they can fail. All of these technologies can fail. So we still need people that can troubleshoot in case there's any challenge. So we can build our skill around this. If we are able to know how to install, calibrate, to maintain and troubleshoot all of these tools, they are skills that are very important as well. So the seventh one here is drone operation and image interpretation. You know, Just like I said in the previous slide, drone operators are also like emerging roles. We're having a lot of companies that are employing drone operators, but it is not only about operating drones. Can you analyze the images that, like the image gotten from drones? So interpreting images is where value lies, not just operating flying drones. Can you also do more than the rest? Because we're having a lot of people that are getting trained on operating drones. Can you do more than operating drones? Even though drone operation is still something good, it's still a skill. But if you can also do more than that, you will also stay relevant. So the next one is farm management software. We're having a lot of software now. For instance, we're having Agro ERP for it's an enterprise platform for farm management. Can you teach how to use this platform? Can you make use of this platform? Can you use automation dashboards and remote sensing platforms? If you can, then that is good. So these are things that we also need to acquire. All of these skills are not for us to acquire, but at least one and many more. Just a few that I've put here, but we still need a lot of, like, there are a lot of skills out there that we can do. So these are just a few. So learning one or two from all of these things will always make you stay relevant. There's GIS as well. If you are able to interpret maps, zone fields effectively, and work with AI generated satellite imagery, then it's a good one as well. We can also acquire skills in this area. Also, the last one here is precision agriculture technology. Are you proficient with the use of GPS, GIS, drones, and sensors for precision farming? If yes, then this is good. If no, if there's a need for it for you, if you have done your skill mapping, ask yourself the questions I mentioned earlier, then you can be able to see if this is a skill you need to acquire. But these are skills that will always be relevant in today's world and today's economy. So all of these skills are for us to check, to see, and then see how we can adopt it. We can make use of them in our farming or in our day-to-day activities, especially those that are working in the agricultural sector. So these are skills that are very important, and with all of these skills, one or two of them, will always stay competitive in today's workforce. Next slide. Next slide, please. So I'll conclude by saying, conclusion, please. Conclusion. Can you go to the, okay, yes, thank you. So I'll conclude by saying the future of work is not about to be replaced, or is not about being replaced, but it is about being repositioned. So professionals who pair technical knowledge with digital tools, with those soft skills that I've mentioned, we always lead the future of agriculture. So if our plan is to lead the future of agriculture, we need to be able to do more than what we are doing right now. We need to be able to pair technical knowledge with digital tools in order for us to stay relevant and lead the future of agriculture. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. That was a powerful section. You really did justice to the topic, and I'm impressed by the examples you actually cited during the course of the conversation, ensuring that human beings should be at peace, that their job is safe. Yeah, but you just need to upscale, yeah, because people used to be like, AI is taking job. Before you know it now, and they will now compare like drone is taking job from knapsack people. Whereas if you are even using that kind of method, it's detrimental to your health because you are inhaling chemicals and all of that. And just in trying to prevent that. So please, I quickly want to check for some questions if you have any question for you. Somebody was asking this, saying AI can give proper okay, I think it's not really okay, no questions like that. Some people are just interested in it. Okay. Okay, I think I've cited a question here. It's saying, what are the current gaps to look out onto when it comes to applying AI in local agriculture context?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
This thing is
This
echoing.
thing is echoing.
Can you hear me? Okay, yes, thank you. So, thank you, Ibrahim, for this question. We first just need to identify the area of need. If you remember the story I shared, the AI tool that I used was as a result of me going through some challenges, me having some problem. I needed to improve how I was working, so I had to look for AI tools. So the current gap you need to out for is to just look within. What are the challenges? What are the challenges that you are facing? And do we have AI tools that can help us or can help you manage it? So we can look out for tools that are cost effective, because in most cases there are a lot of tools that we want to use, but because of the cost of purchase or the cost of all of these tools, we can't make use of them. So you need to look out for tools that at least are within your budget, tools that are adaptable to your condition, to your situation. There are tools that maybe in US, for instance, it is being used and then being used well, but if you now use it in maybe in Nigeria, it may not really work well if it is not something that can solve your problem. So you need to look out for what exactly that you need, what exactly is a problem, and then now look for tools that can solve that problem for you. And then if you want, you can also look out for tools that are cost effective, because in most cases it is the costs that first chase people out from making use of AI. How effective is AI in aquaponics, combination of aquaculture and hydroponics, and what are some of the challenges faced? I would say it is effective, and at the same time we still need to make use of human, because AI all these technologies can still fail. We still need humans that will manage this technology well. And some of the challenges, for instance, when it comes to hydroponics, is power supply. If you have a problem with your power supply, definitely you have challenges. All of these tools are AI tools, they are technologies. Just like I mentioned, this hydroponics is a technology on its own. So some of the challenges, like for instance, internet connectivity, maybe having access to water supply, and at the same time power supply as well, because all of these things cannot really work if there is no adequate power supply and then water supply as well. So AI too is efficient, and these technologies are also very efficient, but they having their challenges as well. They come with their own challenges, and you need to look out for those challenges and see how you can solve them. And those are some of the challenges I mentioned earlier.
Thank you for that question.
How can local farmers access these technologies? There are a lot of technologies out there. It's just that farmers don't have access to information. The problem is getting all of this information in real time. We have some farmers that are not digitally connected. So how would they have access to all of these technologies? And that's why we have people. We having extensionists that can introduce some of these technologies to them. And we having a lot of tools that are very that we can use, that are very reliable, that we can easily buy even online, that will improve our productivity or any farmer's productivity. So the first thing that farmers need is access to information. Once they have access to information, they know the challenge they are facing, and anybody that is talking to them, maybe an extensionist or a professional, can now recommend some tools that would help them. So all of these technologies are out there for farmers, but they only need to know where and how they can get these technologies. We're having tools online. We're having, for instance, integrated area precision. They are into drone operation. So these are companies that that farmers can reach out to for whatever they need to do. In case they want to spray, they are there for you. So just for them to have access to all of this technology, and I mean information. The first thing is information. Once they have the information, all of these technologies are out there. They're online. We can purchase them, and then look, some of them are locally accessible as well. We can access them very. We can check some stores, and then we'll see them close to us. What steps must we take to remain relevant and strategically position ourselves in the era of artificial intelligence? Good question. Um, there are a lot of steps we need to take. First one is access to information, and where you can have access to information, like a platform like this, where there are a lot of professionals that are giving information, exposing you to a lot of technologies, new technologies out there. So you need to may attend webinars, conferences. These are places where you can get information, and those are the places we can also have first-hand information on what is happening in our field, especially in agriculture. So we need access to information. We need to upskill to be relevant in this era of artificial intelligence. We need to upskill either by attending conferences, by attending training, by doing courses. I mentioned in one of the slides, we need to ask ourselves, our skills, can they be monetized? Have you upskilled recently? If not, then you need to do all of those things. So you need to upskill. You need to attend events, where educational events and webinars and trainings like this, and then also get some certifications as well. Those are the areas, and how you can stay relevant and position yourself better in this era of artificial intelligence. Do you have any tech solution for livestock, especially ruminants? I am not actually a livestock farmer, but I am sure there are a lot of technologies, a lot of solutions for livestock. It's just for us to search for it, and then we'll get it. There are some tools, there are some technologies that can help you manage the health of your plant, of your livestock, to manage their, in some cases, sorry, in some cases we're having some tools that can help you to manage their health and even do some documentation and the rest. So you just need to search for it, and then you will get it. Please, can you recommend any organization where one can enroll for any of the suggested skills you mentioned in the course of presentation? Okay, we have Precision Area Academy. Is an organization that you can reach out to. Secondly, YouTube is there. There are a lot of things that you can learn on YouTube free of charge. You don't even need to pay. There are platforms, the educational platforms like Coursera. We have LinkedIn Learning, that you can even learn how to do some things. For instance, even to learn Excel, to learn Power BI, we're having it on YouTube. There we can get the knowledge on LinkedIn Learning. There are some courses. There we have Udemy. We have Microsoft's platform where you can learn all of these skills. It's just for you to check, but all of these skills are things that you can easily have access to. But if there are skills that are drone related, GIS related, we have Precision Area Academy that you can reach out to, and they will suggest, and then they will teach you whatever thing that you need to learn. Apart from acquiring these skills, can you share practical tips on applying them based on your experience in the use of AI in agriculture? Yeah, this is a good question. Thank you. So, when you are acquiring the skill is one, and then applying them is another thing. Hostia, hold on, please. 1 minute, please. Okay, just like I said, acquiring this skill is one, and then applying them is another. You can volunteer with a lot of organizations. For instance, there are development organizations that you can volunteer with, and then they're taking a lot of data, going to the field for data collection. And then, for instance, if you acquire skills on data analysis, you can use that skill to analyze their data for them. So you can start by volunteering. Volunteering is good. It will help you in different ways. You get to learn more, and at the same time be able to make use of what you have learned. And also, you can also be teaching people. You can acquire these skills and be teaching people as well. This is good, because the more you teach people, the more you even learn it, the more you understand it more. When people ask you questions, the more you understand, and then you do more research, and then you get more knowledge. So you can volunteer with organizations and then teach people as well. Those are the ways by which you can apply these skills. Going by the current trends, what AI driven innovation will you suggest for a beginner to focus on? Could you please briefly give an overview of step what's taking to come up with AI solutions in agriculture? Okay. For a beginner, you first need to identify your area of interest. There are a lot of things out there, and in order for you not to be confused, you need to identify your area of interest. Now, I mentioned all the value chains in agriculture. Identify if your passion lies around the production area. There are a lot of AI driven tools around there. If your passion lies around harvesting, there are a lot of AI driven solutions around there. So you can, depending on your interest, focus on one, search for it. And if you had jotted things down when I was presenting, those things, those AI things, you can make use of them. And also, there are a lot of things that still need solutions for. We have not gotten everything. AI is just coming up. Yes, it has been there, but at the same time, there are still a lot of problems that we still need to solve. And then we need people like you as well to help us with solutions that can solve problems in agriculture. So some of the steps that you can also take to come up with solution is, first of all, you need to identify problems. If you don't identify problems, there is no way you can solve any problem. So it starts with problem identification. So when you identify the problem and then you acquire the skill, start working on how you can solve this problem, because you can only get paid, or you can get more relevant when you can give value, or probably you have value that people be like, yes, this person I can get this information from, because this is what you can even trade with money. So if you can be able to solve problem in agriculture, yes, there are a lot of problems that we still need solutions for. So we need people like you to come up with solutions by identifying problems. One of the ways by which you can also identify problems is by asking questions. Ask people, what problem, what challenge are you facing? For instance, we go to meet any farmer, what are the challenges you're facing? Search online to see, are these solutions readily available? If they're not available, then you are the best person to solve this problem. So we need a lot of solutions out there, but the first step is to identify the problem, ask questions, attend events where people mention challenges. In some presentation, you see people mentioning challenges, and then from those challenges, you can see where you can solve some problems. If you know a soft skill like robotics and you wish to be an entrepreneur, is it legal to use makeshift machinery or tools to serve you on your farm? Some of these tools are kind of robotics is it has this technical aspect of it, because apart from the soft skills, apart from you being able to know how to manage it, it's still like a technical skill that you need to manage properly. And you being an agripreneur, is it legal to make makeshift machinery or tool to serve? Yes, it's important. There are a lot of even farms that are using machineries and tools on your farm. You need, for instance, drone, you just need to be certified, get the necessary license that you need to use. Robotics, you need to make sure that if there's any licensing organizations, you need to make sure that you're licensed, even as an agripreneur. So it's just for you to get license for any tool that you want to make use of, and carry on by using it on your farm, because all of these tools are there to help us. So if we are not making use of it, then it will just still remain the way we are doing, or the way we are. So all of these tools are just for us to get purchase it. If it doesn't need to get any license, then it is legal for you to use. But if it requires you get a license, like drone for instance, it is important that you get the necessary license for you to be able to use it. In the R&D aspect, what are the AI technologies one can delve into to in order to contribute to the development of AI in rural communities? In the R&D aspect, we're having product development. You can develop products. For instance, you can develop machines, apps applications that can solve problem. Like for instance, even for data collection, maybe you're into R&D, you need to take a lot of data. You're working in different places. There are apps that you can use to collect data. So these are ways by which you can contribute to the development of artificial intelligence. There are a lot of technologies out there. We're having all those IoT sensors. We need some sensors that are not as expensive as the ones that big farms or commercial farms are getting. Locally sourced sensors, locally local tools that you can make use of in rural communities, because in most cases you don't need to use sophisticated tools in rural communities because it has to go through processes. So there are a lot of technologies out there. We having, for instance, when it comes to maybe production, there are tools for soil management, sensors, pH meter, for instance. We're having EC meter, for instance. We're having a lot of tools that you can use in rural communities. How does machine learning work to forecast consumers' demand in terms of marketing and retail service of agricultural produce? Yes, all of these things are just like, algorithms. They work by using a lot of data. They can use market data, you can use historical data. So all of these things need information. They don't work on their own. They need You still need to feed them with information for them to work for you. Just like ChatGPT, if you need something, you ask ChatGPT, it will give it. ChatGPT does not work on its own. You still have to feed it with information before it can work. So machine learning works just like using algorithm and a lot of data. Just like I said, you can maybe market data, historical data, trend analysis, and all of those things. Bring them together. So this is how it works when it comes to marketing and retail services. So it works with a lot of data. It doesn't just work on its own. You have to put a lot of data together. You have to put, for instance, if you are into crop production, maybe the crop type, the variety, the location weather condition. Those are the things. Those are the information that it needs for you to forecast consumer demand, and also your previous experience as well, how people have consumed all of these things. So those data are things that you need to feed the machine for you to give you information. Do you think we will get to artificial super intelligence level in agriculture? Because that's really going to be outstanding, but at the same time threatening if we are any plan to prepared if we have any plan to prepare for that. Yes, I believe that we are just getting started. AI has come to stay. It's not going anywhere. We only need to adopt. We need to adapt to it and make use of it. We need to use it, train with it, even lead with it. So right now, there will still be a lot of technologies that will come up. Right now, we don't even have a lot of technologies. Imagine in the next 5 years, there'll be a lot of technologies that will come out that we'll be able to use. So I believe that artificial intelligence level will still increase more than what we have currently. And it's not so threatening, and it's threatening. What we just need to do is acquire skills. Even though AI is taking some things, is helping us do things better, then we need to acquire skills that will make us even be able to adopt all of these things, to be able to use it. We need to acquire skills, relevant skills, that can even make you stand out. So it is not to be scared of AI. We just need to ensure that, okay, AI is here. What can I do to stay relevant? So we just need to acquire skills. So don't be threatened by AI. You just need to acquire more knowledge, acquire more skills to stay on top of your career. So we are prepared for that, but at the same time, we just need to ensure that we also acquire skills as AI tools are coming up. Please, man, can I apply digital marketing as soft skills in agriculture? Of course, yes. Yes, we can apply it because this has to do with it's a soft skill on its own. If you can if you can convince people, it's a skill. Digital marketing, making use of different platforms to market your cultural produce, is a skill. So yes, you can apply it in agriculture. Are there consequences of this AI in agriculture? If yes, what are they? The what I can think of right now is the problem of data privacy, one, data ownership, two, uh, maybe those two things, and also integration with existing system. Now we have some systems that to even use AI is difficult because it is very rigid and not flexible. So to adopt AI may be kind of difficult. So data privacy, in some cases you use some tools to collect data. Who owns data? Is it the farm, is it the farmer, or the organization collecting those data? So those are the challenges with AI: data privacy, data ownership, also integrating with local system. Those are the challenges that I can, and the consequences of AI in agriculture that I can think of right now. How can we build or contribute to open data set for training better AI models in agriculture? There are a lot of ways. The first thing is, do you have the knowledge, the skills? And at the same time, there are a lot of models that you can build on. There are a lot of models that you can build on. We have them already. Some of them are limited in some ways, and then you can build on it. So you can also contribute to open data set for training. Yes, there are platforms like that. I'm sure that Precision Academy can also suggest some of those platforms that are open source. And then, yeah, I believe there are a lot of open source, open data sets that you can better train those AI models. There are some models that you still need to build on. Some of them are limited. So yes, you can build on it. You can contribute on it. Reach out to the organizations, even from your own or your own way. You can from your cell phone, go online, try to check for all of this information and see, especially if you are in this field. So yes, there's a way you can contribute, and it's important because some of these tools, they are open source, and then you can build on them. Joseph, next one. How does machine learning works to forecast consumers' demand in terms of marketing and retail service of agricultural produce? Okay. Machine learning works in a way that, algorithms, and it makes use of a lot of data. There are a lot of data you still need to feed this AI to be able to give you or forecast consumers' demand. Some of the data that you need, because all of this thing doesn't just work on their own, you still need to feed them with data that they need to make use of. Some of the data that can be used are maybe the costs, the historical data on how the consumers have been demanding for this agricultural produce. On this historical data, you can get a lot. Even for instance, let me say weather. Sometimes people can, maybe this year people are purchasing a lot of things, maybe agricultural produce, and then the following year around this period people are not even purchasing. Those are data that you need to feed this AI to be able to work for you. So this machine learning tool doesn't not just work alone, it needs some data. So you need to provide those data for it to forecast it for you. Joseph?
Okay, thank you very much for your time. Still trying to check for questions, but I think
Okay.
yeah, relevant skills in agriculture business. I think you've attended to most of the questions we've had. There are some questions that were asked, I mean, by two different people, but I think they actually mean the same thing. So I'll just pick one of them. That's thank you for your wonderful presentation. Okay, this person is talking on something. Thank you for wonderful presentation. Talking of data protection, is there a way to hold copyright of information collected?
Thank you for the wonderful presentation, Ma. Talking of data protection, is there a way to own copyright of information collected? I think this topic is something that people are still trying to understand better when it comes to data ethics, because uh, people are collecting a lot of data, and then the question is, who owns this data? Is it the organization that is collecting the data, or the farmer that owns the data? So there should be like a balance. So, and this is based on like agreements. Okay, if you need to use my data, pay me, for instance, or reference me. You don't just make use of my data, and then those are the ways by which you can make copyright of all of this information. So by ensuring that there's agreement between those that are taking the data and then those that owns the data. But this thing is something that is important nowadays, that people are still trying to have. If you see a lot of events that this topic is being mentioned always. So by having agreement, proper documentation on who owns the data, if the farmer allows you to use the data, in most cases these days, you realize that farmers don't even give like the correct or actual information anymore, because they know that you are just here collecting my data, you're not even paying me for this data. So there is a need for agreement to or maybe terms and condition when it comes to data collection and those that owns the data. Thank you. Insightful presentation. Thank you. I can't hear you.
Okay, I said we have a lot of good comments from our audience. I think you really did justice to the topic and it sits well with them. Yes, there are a lot of, let's say, wonderful presentation around. Okay,
Thank you.
our time is fast spent, so we'll be closing in a few minutes. So I think you've done justice to most of the questions we had. Yeah. So thank you very much, Ma. On behalf of the entire Precision Food Academy team, I am saying a very big thank you to you, and also extending unreserved gratitude for your presence to be able to share with us this session. So it's really good to have you here, Ma. So before you go, I want you to give like an encomium or words of encouragement to our audience or participants to charge them passing through BIP Core 3 for now. So
Okay. Thank
okay,
you.
thank
Thanks
you.
to okay, yeah, thank you. So thanks to the organizers for organizing this important program, because we need to keep upskilling. And to the participants of PAIP Code 3, I would say congratulations to you, because you are getting first-hand information from professionals across different industries, especially in agriculture, people that understand what they do. And I would say that all of the things that you've learned, you need to make sure that it does not just finish with this program. We need to make use of it. Let me use my topic as an example: AI in agriculture. All those skills that we've mentioned, try to acquire either maybe one or two of it to stay relevant, and then ensure you finish the course, you finish this event, this program, because there's a lot in stock for you. There's practical session, there's a lot of sessions. We still have a lot of industry speakers, people that are in the industry, that will give you first-hand information on a lot of things. So I will say congratulations to you. Please ensure that you make the best of whatever that you are being taught. And then I wish you the best.
All right, thank you very much. It's a privilege we do not take for granted to have you speak to our audience this time. So thank you very much, ma'am. You can take the leave. We finally come to the end of this presentation. So for the participants, attendance link will be shared on the group and also on the WhatsApp for those people also joining, so you can attend to it. So just to sign in that you attend. So we'll be having the next class, no class tomorrow till Monday. So Monday we'll be getting into the drone technology space, yes, from Monday. So we'll be taking more of courses on drones, in agriculture, drone technology generally. So we are going to be deeping dive into drones, because this week we talked a bit of AI and most especially satellite data, remote sensing, GIS. So that's like the trend, the way it is. So the attendance will be sent to the group, so you can all then prepare for Monday. Yes, we're going to be having class, so we have other classes. Thank you very much for joining. Good to have you all, and I also want to commend you, for always showing up. I think on the long run, it's still going to be showing up for you. So it's for your good, about remaining relevant in the agriculture space. So as a youth, you really need to be up and doing, know what you're doing in your career space, and that will make you to, be a sought after professional in your space. Thank you very much. Do have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye for now.